Hello students, we'll continue with the class for the August bulletin. First, let's go through the important points given here. First point that is covered in this bulletin is use of abbreviations, right? So some of the abbreviations that they have discussed in the e-bulletin may come for you in the examination. So some new types of abbreviations they are discussing, you see, which we use in our day-to-day life. For example, PR is for public relations. CEO is the abbreviation for Chief Executive Officer. Some of the abbreviations we use in our day-to-day WhatsApp chat, now they are using that also. You see, BTW. Can you see that? Even now, these kind of abbreviations that we use in our WhatsApp text messages, that also they can ask just to see, whether you know the meaning of these commonly used abbreviations. So BTW stands for by the way. Then we have some acronyms which are pronounced as word. For example, FEMA for Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. But FEMA also stands for Foreign Exchange Management Act. Keep this in mind. This word FEMA, we use FEMA also for Foreign Exchange Management Act. Foreign Exchange Management Act. So based on what option they give to you, accordingly you will mark the answer. NATO, which is a group of countries with America as its head, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Now, merits and demerits of abbreviation, we will not focus on them. Some of these common abbreviations nowadays that we are using, like FYI, which stands for your information. ASAP, which stands for as soon as possible. Okay. FAQ, N-A, not applicable. FAQ stands for frequently asked questions. BTW for by the way. If someone says please PM me, if a person is texting you or sending you a message on your Facebook profile that please PM me, PM stands for private message. Now E.G stands for example. It's a Latin phrase. Exempli gratia is a short form of exempli gratia and means for example. A-C, which is the short form of account. VAT, which is for value added tax. CC, copy to, and is also an abbreviation for carbon copy used in emails. So while sending an email, sometimes we use we have to put an email address in CC and BCC. So we had discussed this in our computer class, online communication or digital communication, we can say. CC stands for carbon copy. And BCC for blind carbon copy. These are some of the questions that they can ask. Blind carbon copy. So now, so what you will see in this e-bulletin is that they're trying to even check the abbreviations that are not a part of formal English, okay? Like new types of abbreviations that we're using in our day-to-day conversation. For example, FYI, which is for your information, or ASAP, which stands for as soon as possible. FAQ, which is frequently asked question. You go to any website, you'll see the FAQ there. Or BTW, which stands for by the way. WRT, which is with respect to. and A dash A, which is as above. So questions based on abbreviations do come in your examination. What we are highlighting for you here is some of the abbreviations that they have included in your e-bulletin. So the chances of these abbreviations coming becomes slightly higher. Theory part we're not doing. Next we will look at detailed in economics. They have discussed the GDP part. So this already you have studied, right? The concept of GDP, how is GDP calculated, basic concepts of GDP, what is the meaning of gross, what is the meaning of net, and what is the meaning of GDP at market price, GDP at factor cost, what is nominal and what is real. So can you give me the basic understanding of, we say that in GDP calculation 3 golden formulas are there, right? For example, gross, and net. What is the difference between gross and net? So we can say gross minus depreciation is equal to net. Gross minus depreciation is equal to what? So this just 3 simple formulas that can help you solve many questions in exams. Gross minus depreciation is equal to net. Now, what is the relationship between domestic and national? What is the equation that will help you link domestic with national? Domestic plus net factor income from abroad, which is sometimes written as NFYA, sometimes as NFIA. Y is used for income as an abbreviation, so NFYA or NFIA. It makes sense to say NFIA because it's net factor income from abroad. So what is NFIA? The total income that has gone out of the country, like a foreign company like Hyundai, right? They have business in India. So obviously they will be taking a share of their profits from India to South Korea because Hyundai is a South Korean company. Similarly, Indian companies may be having offices abroad from where income may be coming to India. So a balance of that is what is your net factor income from abroad, right? So domestic plus NFIA becomes national. So domestic product plus NFIA national. National minus NFIA domestic. So if GDP is, if GNP is given to you and NFIA is given to you, subtract, you get the GDP. So gross minus depreciation is net. Domestic plus NFIA becomes national. And what is the relationship between market price and factor cost? If something is given to you at market price, how do you convert into factor cost? So we say minus net indirect tax, right? So market price becomes simply as factor cost. Anything given to you at market price will become factor cost if you subtract net indirect tax. And net means whatever indirect taxes are there, and we subtract and add the subsidies, right? So taxes will be subtracted, subsidies will be added. So that is what your net indirect tax. At current price, when GDP is at current price, it is called real GDP, nominal GDP. Just excuse me. Current means nominal. And if GDP is at constant prices, it is called real GDP. So this simple thing can help you solve many questions of GDP. Plus, you know how the different methods of calculating GDP and all those things. You know, theory part I'm not going to do. I hope you all know these things. You have all studied these things in economics. But these formulas are very helpful. Gross minus depreciation becomes net, and domestic plus NFIA becomes national. Market price minus NIT is equal to factor cost. Formula for GDP, you know, C plus I plus G plus X minus M. Various methods are there: output method, expenditure method, income method. Now, what is mentioned to you here is India's GDP scenario. As a GK question, they can ask you, what is GDP growth rate of 2020? What is the answer? Please note it down. What is GDP growth rate of 2020? Minus 7.965%. Now, this is a very unique scenario because, earlier GDP has been negative in very, you can see when GDP was negative in 1965. Can you see that? Then in 1966 to two continuous years of negative GDP. In 1972, minus 0.553. Can you tell me what was the reason behind this negative GDP? 1979 minus 5.238. What was the reason behind these four of the previous years? Anyone who can tell me? Why was GDP negative in 1965? Why was it negative in 1966? No, no, no. In 1965 and 66, we had war, right? In 1962, we had a war with China. 65, 66, war with Pakistan. So this was a very turbulent time for India. Very, very difficult time because India was a very new country, newly independent country with a huge population and huge number of poor people, right? A country largely dependent on agriculture, and then it's facing war with, with China, then Pakistan, lot of instability. And again in 1972, there was war with Pakistan. Bangladesh became independent after that war, right? You're understanding? And 1979, political turmoil. What was the reason for this? Politics. Indira Gandhi lost the elections, and then a new Janata Party formed, a ragtag group of politicians who came to power, and they had very, very, strange ideas about politics, and they wanted to implement those ideas, and they were not able to manage the country. Strange decisions were taken, demonetization was done, and all over the country, politics became very unstable. It was completely unstable. They brought in different types of reservations, and complete turmoil was there in the country. And that is what caused this GDP to go down to 5.238%. The first time the Janata Government Party came to power in 1978-79. And after that, it never happened again. For so many years, India grew at a very handsome rate. If you see from 2004 onwards, see the growth rate of India. Very fast, right? See 7.988, 7.6. In 2008, it suddenly dipped. You see, it is a very big depression. Something is standing out, right? 7.661, 7.862. How can in between there be a 3.087? What was the reason for this? No, this was because of global recession. What was the reason for this? Global recession. Again, India picked up quite well in 9. So India was not severely damaged by recession, although this recession was very dangerous recession, but India was able to survive. And then it went on, but some reduction happened in 13 and 14 because of political instability. After Modi ji came to power, a few years it went quite well, but suddenly it started decreasing 6.795. You see, it's decreasing from here itself. It's not like it's just because of COVID. So 17, then 18, 19, 20. So from 6.795, 6.533, 4.042, lot of decrease was going on because of demonetization, GST and turmoil. Business was not doing well, and then COVID also happened on top of that, and whatever was left, that also got destroyed. Okay, so that's a little bit of understanding that whenever you see something surprising happening, there has to be a reason for this, and that's what they have explained all the things here. Okay, so now some of the aspects of current affairs. Launch of digital payment solution called E-Rupee. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched E-Rupee, a person and purpose specific digital payment solution. Do you know the name of this? If you don't know, write down E-Rupee. In July 31, 2021. E-rupee is cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment. It is a QR code or SMS string based e-voucher which is delivered to the mobile of the beneficiary. The users of this seamless one-time payment mechanism will be able to redeem the voucher without a card, digital payments app or internet banking access at the service provider. Okay, it has been developed by National Payments Corporation of India using the UPI platform. Then we have India's Tokyo Olympic medals that we have discussed in detail earlier. 7 medals are there: 1 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze. Right? You should know about the name of the India's flag bearer in the closing ceremony. I think was Bajrang Punia, and Mary Kom was the flag bearer in the opening ceremony. Now, what also we have, government is working to create greater synergy between education and skills, right? And for this, they have created a new type of job creation. They did a session on this for job creation and entrepreneurship. Union Education and Skill Development Minister Shri Dharmendra Pradhan was the head organizer, you can say, speaker in this. So that's one small point covered here. Okay, now some more current affairs I wanted to discuss with you separately in addition to what you have here. So some specific current affairs which I have collated for you. One question which I want to ask you is, what is the name of the chairman of Saudi Aramco? Chairman of Saudi Aramco. Why is it important? I'll tell you. First, write down the name of this person. Saudi Aramco. Name of the chairman is Yasir Al Rumayyan. Something difficult spelling. R-U-M Rumayyan. Yasir Al Rumayyan, chairman of Saudi Aramco. Why is this person important? Because Aramco has acquired stake in Reliance Industries. And you must have heard about that this person, Yasir Al Rumayyan, is now in the board of director of Reliance. He has joined, this person has joined the board of director now of Reliance. That's a very big thing, right? So board of director of Reliance. This is one important point for you to remember. Reliance Industries. Saudi Aramco is a very big petrochemical based company in Saudi Arabia. And they have had a multi-billion-dollar deal with Reliance Industries. Okay. So that's why he has, I think, 10% or something stake here. So that's why he has now joined the Reliance Industries as a director. Now, another news for you that you can note down. This is the first one. It's all additional points which I collated for you. Reliance New Energy. Reliance New Energy. These are all business news, okay? So they can be asked as a part of business environment also. The Reliance New Energy Solar. This is a company which has acquires Norway-based. So which company they have acquired? Norway-based REC Solar. For $771 million. So this is an acquisition question. Reliance New Energy Solar Company has acquired Norway-based REC Solar for $771 million. right? Now, what is the name? Can you tell me this answer? What is the name of the document? What is the name of the document which has exposed the wealth? Name of the document which has exposed the hidden wealth, or we can say offshore wealth of 380, rich Indians. Along with that, it has also exposed the wealth of people from across the world. But what is the name of this document? Have you heard about this document? Just quite in news recently. What is the name of the document which has exposed offshore wealth of 380 rich Indians? Wealthy Indians. The wealth they have been hiding offshore in offshore accounts. Did you hear? It was quite in news in almost all news channels. They were talking about this. This is known as, anyone who knows? Pandora paper. Correct version. Very good. Pandora paper. Pandora papers. Very, very 380 rich Indians, including likes of Amitabh Bachchan. The name has been exposed in Pandora papers, right? They have wealth that they were hiding. Pandora. This name of this paper comes from Pandora's box. There's a mythological story about a girl called Pandora, right? And who was given one box. And in this box, all the problems of the world were hidden. Before that, there were no problems in the world. This girl, stupid girl, opened that box, right? And because of that, all the problems spread across the world. So these papers also are something like a Pandora's box. Once they will be opened, names of various influential people, rich people will become questionable, right? And their wealth will be called to question. So that's why these papers are called as Pandora's papers. Okay. So note down this, some of these other important news. Another fourth point for you, very important point, this one. Z Entertainment has merged with which media group? Z has merged with, one line you can note down, Z has merged with which group? You know Z Entertainment, right? Lots of channels are there for Z Entertainment. Anyone who can tell me? Z Entertainment has merged with which group? Yes? No? Never heard about this? Sony. Sony Group, right? So Z has merged with Sony. This much you remember. Z has merged with Sony. Z Entertainment has merged with Sony Entertainment. Point number 5. So you can say that cabinet has approved. Cabinet has approved. Cabinet has approved 100% FDI. 100% FDI through automatic route. Through automatic route. In which sector? Telecom. What is the answer? Telecom sector. Cabinet has approved 100% FDI through automatic route in the telecom sector. Note down. Cabinet has approved 100% FDI through automatic route in which sector? Telecom sector. So what you are doing is only you remember what has been given in your E-Bulletin. Okay, so let's go on completely. Uh, what is the name of, write down this question, what is the name of Zomato co-founder who stepped down from Zomato, means stepped down from the board. He has left Zomato. What is the name of the Zomato co-founder? Zomato is a very big company now, right? So they also, yeah, yeah. Gaurav Gupta. Write down Gaurav Gupta. So all of these current affairs I'm giving you separately from the world of business environment only. See, everything is business based. 6 points I given to you, all based on business. All you have noted down till 6th point, everyone. Now we can talk about next one, 7th point. Facebook has rebranded itself or it has changed the name, right? Itself as, what is the name of this Facebook now, new company, the mother company of Facebook. So earlier WhatsApp was under Facebook, Instagram was under Facebook, and Facebook.com was also under Facebook. So Facebook.com is a Facebook, means a subsidiary. So Facebook mother company is now called what? Meta. And Mark Zuckerberg plans to create a metaverse where content creators will rule, and content creators will, be, you can say, doing a lot of work for Mark Zuckerberg, right? So another point, number 8, Facebook has launched small business loan initiative. Small business loan initiative. In how many Indian cities? That's the question. Facebook has launched small business loan scheme in how many cities? 200 cities. 200 cities. They have launched small business loan initiative in 200 cities. And 9th one, what is the name of D-Mart owner? D-Mart, have you heard about this? D-Mart owner. D-Mart owner who has now joined the list of 100 wealthiest people in the world. Joined the list of 100 wealthiest people in the world. 100 wealthiest people. What is the name of D-Mart owner? Radhakrishnan Damani. Radhakishan Damani. 9 points I've covered. Radhakishan Damani. All of these news from the world of business. So sports I had dealt in detail. Other business-based news also we had done earlier, but this just gives you additional points. What is name of DMart owner? Obviously, they're not going to ask you what is the name of the son of Shah Rukh Khan who was arrested recently. Can they ask that also? Maybe. You know that, right? What is the name of the son? Aryan? Aryan Khan, right? So, I hope that part they will not ask. Okay. Now, 9 point we are done. So, point number 10. Point number 10 is about what is name of India's newest airline? What is name of the newest airlines? Newest airlines planned to be launched in India. Planned to be launched by billionaire investor very popular billionaire investor Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, right? Jhunjhunwala. Anyone knows his name? Must have heard about his name, no? Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. One of the wealthiest Indians and billionaire investor. He's invested in some of the biggest companies and stock exchange Maharaja, you know, the bull of stock exchange. What is the name of this newest airline which he is planning to launch? It has got approval also. It has got approval. What is the name of this newest airline planned to launched by billionaire investor Rakesh Jhunjhunwala? Akasa. What is the name? Akasa Air. Akasa Air. Akash means sky. So Akasa. So just after Air India was sold, this new airline has come now. Akasa Air, launched by Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. And our Prime Minister also met him recently. I think you must have seen his picture with Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and his wife. They were having a nice talk in their, you know, in their home. After that, you know, see, when you meet the Prime Minister, you're going to do something big, you know. So can't do something small after meeting our Prime Minister. You have to do something big. So what do? You launch a new airline, Akasa Air. Very good. We hope that it will be a very low cost airlines which all of us can use. Yes or no? Like 500 rupees from Bangalore to Goa, 1000 from Bangalore to Delhi. Would you not like it? Yes or no? You know, when you buy a ticket of airlines, let's say for example, which city do you normally travel to? Using airlines? Have you traveled to any place? Where? Let's say if you travel from Bangalore to Delhi, that's almost 2000 kilometers, right? And if you book in advance, let's say a month and a half or 2 months in advance, you may get a ticket for 3000 rupees also, 3200 change, maybe 3500. Now, after COVID, the prices have gone up. No, earlier you could get it for 2800 also. Let's say you're paying 4000. Out of that 4000, how much does the airline get? Hardly 1200. Most of the other things are especially taxes. The airlines will get very less, 1500, maybe 1800, that's all. So yes, if the government wants, the tickets can become 500 rupees from Bangalore to Goa, from Bangalore to Mumbai 1200, cheaper than flight ticket, cheaper than bus tickets. Okay, now which is the biggest, which company is the largest smartphone manufacturer in the world? Which company is the largest smartphone manufacturer in the world. Yes. Which company? All of you use smartphones, you know that, right? Which company is the largest smartphone manufacturer in the world? Is it Samsung? Is it iPhone, Apple? Is it Vivo, Oppo? Which company? Okay, the answer is Samsung. Samsung is the largest smartphone manufacturer in the world. Okay. Now this is not so important. More important is which is the second largest. And why is this important? Because till I think this is from July. This news is from July. Till June, we can say Apple was the second largest manufacturer in the world, and Samsung was the largest manufacturer. But what happened in July? Xiaomi. What is the spelling? Xiaomi. Xiaomi. So in the month of July, Xiaomi replaced Apple and now it has become the second largest. So this is news. Which company has become the second largest mobile phone manufacturer, replacing Apple? Which company is the largest smartphone manufacturer? Answer is Samsung. Which company has now become the second largest? Answer is Xiaomi, right? Xiaomi. And there's one Redmi also. Are the same. Redmi, Xiaomi, Mi, Realme, all the same. Xiaomi is same as Redmi, right? Redmi is same as Xiaomi. Then MI, that is also Xiaomi.
Last two letters are MI, sir.
Okay. MI. Okay. Short form is Xiaomi. Oppo is also Xiaomi. Xiaomi is only, right? That is why it is the biggest, second largest, right? All sub brands. No, not Vivo. IQ is also Vivo, right? Realme, Xiaomi. I think all these phones are very dangerous. Any day they can just burn and something can happen. Okay, 12th point. So RBI has approved. Which person to be MD and chairman of Federal Bank? MD and chairman of Federal Bank. Federal Bank. Note down the question first neatly. RBI has approved which person to be MD and chairman of Federal Bank? Shyam Srinivasan. What is the name? Shyam Srinivasan. Shyam Srinivasan. RBI is 12. Now we have got 12 business news. 13th one. Who has become, all of these are business news, okay? Who has become a new president? Who has become new president of CII? CII, Confederation of India's Industry. Who has become new president of CII? TV Ravindra, Narendran, TV Narendran, TV Narendran from Tata Steel. The head of Tata Steel, TV Narendran, has become now the new president of Confederation of Indian Industries, CII. CII, TV Ravindran. 14th point, Microsoft is planning to retire. Microsoft is planning to retire Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer. In which year? In which year? So answer is 2022. Microsoft is planning to retire Internet Explorer. It's legendary Internet Explorer, which we need to download other browsers. Right? Internet Explorer is the browser that you need in order to download other browsers. And they are going to replace it with a kind of a suite, an application suite called as Microsoft Edge. So you can write down the name of Microsoft Edge also. To be replaced by Microsoft Edge. To be replaced by Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge. $14 points done properly. This is one-liners for you, all exclusively from the world of business. 15th point, who has become the second richest in Asian now? Who has recently become the second richest Indian, second richest Asian, second richest Asian? Who has recently become the second richest Asian? Second richest Asian. Who is the richest Asian? First is Ambani. First richest Asian is obviously Mukesh Ambani, not Ambani, Mukesh Ambani. Mukesh Ambani of Reliance Industries, not Anil Ambani. Anil Ambani has declared himself bankrupt. So first means Mukesh Ambani. Second, Gautam Adani. Gautam Adani. See, this Ambani and Adani are two very good friends of
Modi.
Narendra Modi. So earlier some Chinese person was there, no, some Zong something Shanshan, but now our both of our Indian, we should be very proud of that. First richest Asian, Mukesh Ambani. Second richest Asian, Gautam Adani.
Narendra Modi. Adani get and Ambani get.
RBI, 16th point, RBI has restricted which international payment service from adding new customers. This happened in July 21. From adding new customers. So they can continue serving the old customers, but they can't add new customers. New customers. Anyone who knows? RBI has restricted which international payment service company? MasterCard. Have you heard about this? Visa card, MasterCard, right? The two of the top-notch international payment services which credit cards use, debit cards use for payment settlements are Visa and MasterCard. So MasterCard will not be able to launch now. Okay, understood? So 16 points I have covered for you from the current affairs, all from business. Once again, quick recap of all the 16 points. RBI has restricted which company? MasterCard. Who has recently become the second richest Asian? Gautam Adani. Microsoft is planning to retire Internet Explorer by which year? 22. And to be replaced by which application? Microsoft Edge. Who has become new president of CII? TV Narendran. And RBI has approved which person to be MD and chairman of Federal Bank? Shyam Srinivasan. Which company is the largest smartphone manufacturer in the world? Samsung. But the news is mainly for second largest because Xiaomi, right? Xiaomi has now replaced Apple and has become the second largest mobile phone manufacturer. What is this name of new airlines that Jhunjhunwala sir has launched? Akasa Airlines. What is name of DMart owner? Radha Kishan Damani. Why is he in news? Because he has now joined 100 wealthiest people. Who is the wealthiest person, by the way, right now? Elon Musk recently became, you should know that also, please note it down. Elon Musk recently became the wealthiest person by, I think, $300 billion total money. Okay. And Facebook has launched small business loan initiative in how many cities of India? 200. Facebook has rebranded itself, you can say, as Meta. So Meta has now become the mother company. So if you open now your WhatsApp, it says WhatsApp by Meta. If you open Instagram, it says Instagram by Meta, right? And sixth one, what is name of Zomato co-founder who stepped down? Gaurav Gupta. Cabinet has approved 100% FDI through automatic route in which sector? Telecom sector. Automatic route means no prior approval is required now. For FDI, normally what happens? No approval. Foreign direct investment. You know that, right? FDI. Z Entertainment has merged with whom? Sony. And the first three. What is name of the document? Very sensitive document which is exposed the wealth, hidden wealth, offshore wealth of 380 wealthy Indians. Along with the 380 rich Indians, many more persons are there of other countries also. Pandora Papers. Reliance New Energy Solar acquires which company? Norway-based REC Solar for $771 million. And chairman of Saudi Aramco, Yassi Al Rumayyan. Why is he important for you? Because he joined the board of directors of Reliance Industry. Because we had a multi-billion-dollar deal between Reliance and Saudi Aramco. Okay. I think we can take a short break here of 10 minutes and then we will do some questions from your e-bulletin. Just take a short break, students. 10 minutes. 10 minutes break. Not more than 10 minutes. Don't go out anywhere. 10 minutes break. If you go out, you will not come back in 10 minutes. Okay. So 10 minutes break. A very short break we're taking here. We'll continue with the questions of this e-bulletin.